Welcome back. We are still talking some sports, but it is time to take it to the national level. And Trey, a lot of heartbroken Ravens fans today.
Yeah, very disappointing. We knew that Baltimore was a kryptonite of Tom Brady in the playoffs, just not enough to get it done down the stretch. Angela Santoro joins us with more. Angela?
Baltimore fans are still hurting from the game last night. Yesterday, I spoke with Tony Lombardi of 105.7 The Fan about the matchup between the Ravens and Patriots. Playing against Tom Brady, this is what Lombardi thought they would have to do to be successful.
Defensively, I think it's one of those things where the Ravens need to push the middle of the defensive line and the Patriots' offensive line and collapse that pocket. Brady's really good at sliding and finding space to create throwing lanes for himself. But if the Ravens can collapse that pocket the way they did against the Steelers, I think that forces Brady to abandon the pocket. And whenever he seems to do that, that's when he makes mistakes.
Last week, I think the defense played a huge role in their win over the Steelers. What did they do last week differently than maybe what they've done in the past month or so?
Against the Steelers, they did exactly what I think a lot of people had hoped they might do, and that's to be aggressive on both sides of the football. They seem to have been aggressive in the past when they play lesser opponents, but when they play the better teams, they seem to back off. They did not do that in Heinz Field, and maybe that's a sense of desperation. Maybe they knew they needed to do that. So I'd like to see them continue to do that. If they do, there's no telling where this team could go, because I don't think that the NFL has that powerhouse team anymore.
Last night, the Ravens, we know, fell to the Patriots, and here was Lombardi's prediction for that game.
I think the game's going to be a really close game. It's going to be a game that I think comes down to the fourth quarter, and really I think the team that's going to have the football last will win. I'm going to say it's going to be the Ravens this time. I see it's going to be a lower scoring game. I'm going to say probably like 23-20. In fact, I'll just flip around what the 2011-12 AFC Championship game score was, the one where they missed the field goal with Billy Cundiff and the drop pass from Lee Evans. That game was a final of 23-20. I'm going to say Ravens 23-20 this time around.
And it was a fourth quarter battle that literally came down to the last seconds of the game, but ultimately it was turnovers that hurt the Ravens so badly, which is pretty uncommon for Joe Flacco, especially in the playoffs. But what a heartbreaking game for Baltimore and their fans. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, that was tough for them. I mean, they did everything right except for win that game, it felt like. At the end of the day, you got to be kicking yourselves a little bit. You can't blow a 14-point lead, and they did it twice in that game. I mean, that hurts.
Only time the Patriots had to lead was the final score. When you think about it, you know, we talked about it last week, Flacco not turning the ball over. This weekend he turned it over twice, and really in crunch time when the Ravens didn't need it. Great season, though, when you think about how it started, you know, the whole controversy.
Yeah,
to get to where they are now, absolutely a great season for them.
So many distractions really speaks to the leadership they have on there, which means, you know, you can expect them to be right back here and, you know, next year hopefully making another run at that thing. All right, well, it's time for our last commercial break, but coming up next, it's what everyone has been waiting for, the top plays of the week. Keep it right here. You won't want to miss this.
All right, Jason Fox, Parkside Wrestling 138. You're watching the Marvel Sports Insider.